Hi guys, welcome back to Evolve Travel. Today's video, can we first start with this gorgeous bikini? Oh, I love it. I love it, and you know what? It actually is a good representation for today's video, igniting the fire within. We all have the fire within us, and sometimes we just forget about our passion and what drives us. So I wanted to make a video and see if we can all ignite the fire within us. Passion. Why not talk about it? I feel like passion is the secret sauce that is missing in a lot of people's lives. And then you get stuck in that bored, like going to work every day. Oh, it's the weekend, you don't plan anything. And just that lack of passion, that lack of drive. And I get it, some of us are working so hard, most of us working so hard, right? Provide for our families, provide for ourselves. And it's so easy to let that passion and creativity get pushed to the back burner. So I wanted to share a little backstory more about my spiritual path. Hopefully I haven't been talking about this too much, and I haven't had it in one other video. So it's nice to go back to that and maybe add a few extra details. So why don't I just tell you about how does one even become a spiritual director? How does one start on a shamanic path, if you will, a path of healing themselves, healing others? Oh, it is so juicy. Yeah, you know what? I think it all starts with asking questions. I think it's a beautiful thing actually when you get stuck, because you have no choice but to get back on the right path, get out of your rut, right? Like, why is my life like this? Why don't I have a partner? This and that, right? And then you find someone that can be a bit of a mentor to you. Like, this is how it worked out for me, at least, right? I found someone that was spiritual themselves, guided me towards deeper conversations, other things like that, a more holistic approach, if you will, to living in general, and like a more philosophical way of living, really, ask more questions, bring back the why. Why is it like this? And why do we have a hard time connecting to spirit and this and that? And why is my life so bland, right? You start asking these questions. And when you ask questions, I feel like universe really does start to answer. And the sweet spot seems to be when you take action and pursue getting those answers, right? In comes spiritual school, and I'm because I always did really love philosophy, and oh my gosh, the deep questions that we asked, oh my god, what were some good ones? I can't remember them right now, but they make you think, the type of questions that almost keeps you up at night, but it's the deepest into your mind that you can go, because I feel like we live so surface, right? In day-to-day life, unless we're actually asking those deep questions or even deep healing questions, what do I need to work on within myself? How do I become better for myself and those around me, right? How do I advance in life, if you will, instead of just staying stuck, right? How do I find out about myself? How do I, you really can learn more about yourself, right? Say you have a goal of wanting to climb a mountain, right? It's like asking why you want to climb that mountain. Ooh, it's almost as good as climbing the mountain. I haven't done that yet, but even just finding out why I enjoy helping others, this spiritual path, it just kind of snowballs. Yeah, I like that analogy. Once you start asking questions, you really can grow as a spiritual being. It's neat. It adds so much depth to your life. Super recommend, highly recommend. But anyways, learning to become more spiritual, asking deep questions, not only does it keep you from being in a rut, it also can help you when you're in a rut, right? It can be that thing that pulls you out, right? For example, when everything happened the last couple of years, right? There wasn't a lot of people using it as a silver lining to better themselves. Okay, well, we're a little bit stuck right now. How can I use this extra time to better myself? And I don't say this from a high horse, right? I say it from, I say it as sharing my story from experience. Look what life can be. Oh my goodness. it's as good as sex, okay? Like, learning about yourself is just like, it's crazy. Okay, for example, how resilient you can be when you meditate, when you take the time to calm the body, when you give your subconscious mind a chance to come through and be like, well, yeah, I've been wanting to tell you this for a minute, like why you do this thing. And like, for example, my Twitter post the other day, I did a new exercise from that book, and this one was very similar to the last, where it was like your life's intentions, which is kind of a bold statement for the exercise, but I'll get into it and explain. So basically the exercise of this one was to use your imagination, explain what you desire in life, and the book's like, go in on this. If you want a yacht, list it. If you want a penthouse, if you want to travel the world, like just make sure you really want it, right? And this one was so interesting, right? Because it wasn't as obvious as the people, where you're supposed to like, oh, what people that inspire you, why do they inspire you? Oh, the noted traits, and whatever you have the most of is probably kind of closest to your core values, right? This one, it's like, okay, I did write down a yacht. I did write down like that I want certain things, like, okay, swim with dolphins, get 1 million on YouTube, this and that, right? And it's like, ooh, why do I want these things? And it came through. To be successful, and very closely, I was honest with myself, and I wrote down to appear successful. Appear successful to others. Oh my gosh, like, talk about like mind expansion, okay? Like, to appear successful to others. Full list, pretty much, right? Like, okay, sure, yeah, a yacht, cool. I would be self-sufficient, I would look successful, and it's a nicer way to live, and that came up so much on my list. And then I had a nice little meditation, and I was hanging out, relaxing, and I was like, wait, what? Okay, so why do I want to appear successful, right? What's the next layer of the onion, so to speak, right? What's the next layer underneath that, and that's, I guess, what I'm trying to get across is like peeling back the layers. Like you get one answer, and then it's like, the next one is like, oh, that's why, right? So to appear successful, what's underneath that? Wait a minute. Do I want to appear successful so I am worthy of love? What? Did the ground just shake? What? Hold on. And I always have been asking this for months on end to my subconscious mind. Like, why do guys work so much? Like a lot of my guests, right? They will work 16 hours a day, like day in, day out, like no days off. Like, and I'm just like, yeah, but why? If like things aren't working out at home, or they're so busy, they don't have time to put into a relationship, like just why? And it came through. It was like, no, what? I can bet money on it that it's to be worthy of love. And I made a post, and people chimed in, and it was really cool, really beautiful. I think it really resonated with a lot of people. Oh, yeah, I'm getting chills right now. Like, that's so once you allow your mind to kind of sit in expansion, if you will, like always open to ideas, like, okay, come through, being open, and just asking, like taking a moment to ask, like, that, I like that answer, and and then you put it through ChatGPT, and like, hey, can you refine this for me and put it? I'm giving all my secrets away here. Oof, that was major. And so this is why I am on this path, because I see it day in, day out, right? Like just, oh, well, see an adult entertainer, and it's like, yeah, but why though? Like, I love doing this. This is it's fun, and I love it, and I'm so grateful. I can't see myself quitting anytime soon. That's probably a lot of shadow work on my part, but as I'm integrating, I think I can like make this work and be your little bikini guru and provide some miraculous insight, if you will. So let me know if that one resonates with you, because they don't come through that often, like the ones that just hit. So that's part of my fire, finding out the whys, the hows, the whats, for you guys and with you guys, and you know, my work will come. I think I'm helping the guys first, and then once I do my own work as well, then I'll integrate that, and then it'll be time to host a worker meeting, like for all the entertainers, right? Like, okay, we healed the guys, you guys are up to speed. Now let's work on our own shadow. So anyhow, we mostly got it. It's a little crooked, but I think this is the best I can do. So, all right, so found your passion. Do you find your passion? Anyways, honestly, I think, like I said, it begins with curiosity, and then you just kind of got to roll with it and see where it can go. Basically, so once you find your passion, you got to nurture it, right? So for me, this is doing your plant ceremonies, finding a support group, finding communities online, and keep going with it. See where you can take it. Where's your niche at? Furthermore, like hosting a retreat, like for me, like I gotta like raise the bar and just do it a little bit higher than where I'm at, so I can like reach and be training towards something. Otherwise, I get stagnant if I don't challenge myself. There's that keeps me enrolled in school, right? I say what I'm doing, kind of like getting other people to hold you accountable, right? Like once you already say an idea, right? Then you got to do it. Then you got to follow through. Otherwise, you got to say, hey, I'm not doing that anymore. But I like it. I like building this brand, and I'm proud of what I'm posting lately because it has a lot of depth. It has compassion. It's making people think. It's relatable. It's really new. I honestly, like in a nice way, I don't see anyone else doing this, and it is just it's giving me purpose, actually, and that is one of the key things missing in life, right? La flemme. Yeah, like I've said it before, but like Tony Robbins said, the number one thing people are missing is fulfillment. And I think through the search of healing yourself to also heal others, that is some powerful secret sauce, man. I'm here for it. I'm here for it. And it's working out so well. I think the channel's really gonna grow. And if I can pull off this retreat, I'll prove to myself that I can do it, that I can help others, that I can stand up and be a leader. It's a form of activism. Like, yeah, let's help each other. Help each other grow. Like, of course I've had thoughts come in and like, well, how the heck are you gonna do that? Are you being selfish? Are you really just doing this for you so you have men to date? Like, come on, like, are you doing it to make yourself feel better? But then I quiet down the monkey mind. And I was like, no, this is an offering to the community. And it's a beautiful thing to do it publicly and to share it, because then someone that is searching for it and might be lost can find their way. I mean, and it makes you feel good, right? Good dates will help you feel good. That's why it's kind of God was thinking, right? He's like, oh, let's give them some extra dopamine when they do good things. Right? So I'm sure you're wondering what my vision is for the men's retreat. And honestly, it's inspired by my mentor, just saying, no, the guys need help. Because they don't get help, right? Because they're taught to suppress their emotions even worse than us. Like, we get to cry, they get to be angry, and so in reverse, we hold on to anger as women, and guys are sad deep down, right? And you might not even know. So my hope for the retreat is to show guys a release that can be had when you bring your walls down and feel and just let me rephrase that. The art of being uncomfortable for the greater good. more or less. Okay, for example, like I'm hoping to have a breathwork practitioner there, right? And just the natural high that one would feel after doing their first breathwork session, say, and to have facilitators there and like, oh my God, all these therapists and all these psychologists and healers present, so you can talk to any which one and integrate that, like, whoa, I really felt that, and then I felt release, like something like that. Like it's still very early, like it's gonna be a lot to pull off in a year, stuff like that, like just having people around that you can talk to and like, so I've had this issue for a while, like I never really forgave this person or this and that. It's like I just want to hold a space for the guys to start their healing and to prove to them that it's not as scary as you think, and if it is, you get a hug after. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, it's I'm still trying to figure out all the activities. Like, okay, do we do the cringy thing where we all get to know each other in a circle when we get there? Do we all like say how we felt? Some shamanic rituals would be cool. The art of letting go, loving oneself, that kind of thing. And dreaming big. I feel like that's been a big pivot in my personal work, is why be happy where you're at? Like, definitely be happy where you're at, but dream big and see what comes to you. I want to show you guys the waterfalls here. I think that in itself, like just being in nature, maybe get some of the indigenous involved here, a drumming circle, a DJ, like just a bunch of different things, camping and connecting, and with the intention to heal. I think if I work with that as a base, I think it will come through. And hopefully tacking it onto a music festival, right? Like just get all the jitters out, have some fun, have more of a reason to come up, and then we do our healing work for a few days. I hope it works. I hope I'm on the right path here. Like, it's like, I don't know, I got an idea thrown at me, like, sure, I'll do that. Sure. The guys need help? Yes. Let's do it. Let's start with the guys. That's basically it. Unblock the stuck energy so that you can find your passion and your fire. That feels right to say, because since I've started working on myself and I'm like more on the spiritual path, it just things seem to be flowing more. And I want that for you guys. Ease, flow, and fire. It's gonna be exciting. I got you. I always got you. Remember that. Okay guys, I think I'm going to swim for a bit. Like I've said before, stay inspired, and sometimes that comes with challenging yourself. All right, I'm gonna leave you with that, and start your inner work. I'm gonna say it, but start your inner work. It's a process, but it's so worth it. Stay passionate, keep evolving, and I'll see you soon. Bye.